Hello, everyone. This is actually the second part of the video about false light that I did. And today I specifically want to talk about the Anti-Sophia. The mystics and gnosis speak of a force called the Anti-Sophia, the force that stands opposite to divine wisdom, to the sacred feminine intelligence that births all life, and also which includes within it the sacred union, which I always speak about. Because the sacred union has to happen in a world, and it can only happen in a world and in a system where the divine feminine is truly in her power and honored. And I can't even use the word system for this, because when the divine feminine exists, the word system is too masculine even for that. There is a flow of life. There is just pure truth of existence. Sophia, in the ancient mystery traditions, is not just wisdom. She is the erotic intelligence of creation itself. She is the knowing that lives in your body before your mind can even name it. She is the wild, generative force that the patriarchal structures have been trying to contain, sanitize, and commodify for millennia, and probably even more. So, in the Anti-Sophia, she's the severing. She's the voice that says your body is shameful, that your pleasure is profane and sinful, that your initiation cannot be trusted and your intuition cannot be trusted. She's the algorithm that reduces your sacred sexuality to this consumable content. She is the culture that has turned the mystery of desire into a product. And this is, by the way, why I don't really like the tantric world and the tantra teachings and everything, because this is actually the Anti-Sophia. This is what it's been doing to our sacred sexuality. It's reduced it into this, and it just put it in another box, another prettier box maybe with like nice ribbons, but it's still a box. The temple of your body just turns into this marketplace in the Anti-Sophia structure. So I want you to look around. You can see her everywhere in our world today, and it's absolutely sickening to me. She's in the pornography industry that has divorced sexuality from soulfulness, reducing the divine act of union to mechanical performance. She's in the wellness industry that sells you back pieces of your own wholeness as at a premium price. She's in the social media feeds that condition you to perform your sexuality for validation rather than experience it as homecoming. The Anti-Sophia whispers, commodify yourself, measure yourself, optimize yourself, but never ever trust that ancient knowing that pulses through your body and through your bones and between your legs as well. So she is in the medical system, for example, that treats women's bodies like problems to be managed rather than the mystery to be honored. She's in the educational structure that teach children about reproduction, but never about the sacred, about the mechanics, but never about the magic. She's in the religious doctrines, of course, that painted Mary Magdalene as a whore instead of recognizing her as an apostle of apostles, that the one who understood the erotic and the sacred as a path of the divine, a true priestess. This severance has cost us everything as a society. It has cost us our connection to the earth, because when you lose reverence for the body, you lose reverence for the body of the world as well, to the actual earth. It has cost us our relationships because we've forgotten that true intimacy is a portal to the sacred. It has cost us our power because we've been taught that the very forces that make us holy, our sexuality, our cycles, our sacred blood, our capacity for ecstatic knowing, our magic, they are things we should fear most and demonized for. The Anti-Sophia thrives on mainly disconnection, I would say. She wants you numb. She wants you disembodied. She wants you consuming, but never consuming yourself. She wants you touching, but never truly feeling deeply. And she wants you moving through the motions of aliveness while remaining fundamentally asleep. But here's what matters most. So here's what really they don't want you to remember, these dark forces, the way I call them. Sofia, she never actually left. She's been waiting in your body this whole time, just like the Great Mother, just like Lilith, just like Isis. These symbols and these pure essences of life and core actual life forms of the divine feminine are rising in us women right now, and we must listen. Every time that you felt that pull towards something that you couldn't explain, every time that beauty has stopped you in your tracks, every time that you've experienced pleasure so profound that it felt like a prayer, that was her. The wisdom of Sofia speaks in sensation and synchronicity, in the language of longing, of yearning, in magic. And if you want to understand what real yearning is about, the actual meaning of the word, for especially for us women, read my book, The Sex Priestess Manual. It is 1,000,000 pages, all about the yearning. So as a sex priestess, as someone who has chosen to walk this path of sacred embodiment, I am here to tell you, and I'm going to take a sip of water now, excuse me. Oh, so good. Made some tea. I am here to tell you that the way that we heal the Anti-Sophia, the false light, the way we transmute this force of separation back into wholeness is through the most radical act available to us. We return to our bodies as temples. And that is why in the last video, I said, the most purest truth of all, the womb is the most powerful and the most sacred space in existence. And we hold it in our body, sister. This means reclaiming your sexuality as a spiritual practice, as a reclamation, not as a performance. It means understanding that the energy that moves through your body and that moves through you in moments of pleasure, in moments of deep connection, in moments when you feel most alive, even in moments of deep grief and sadness. That is the same energy that births galaxies, that moves the tides, that makes flowers open towards the sun. It means deprogramming from the shame. Deprogramming from the shame, sister. All of it. Purifying from it all. Alchemizing it all. Using it all and alchemizing and transmuting it into something new. The shame that says that your desires are too much or not enough. The shame that measures your body against impossible standards. The shame that taught you to hide your power because it made others uncomfortable. We all know what that means, sisters. It means cultivating discernment, learning to feel the difference between what truly nourishes your erotic life force and what depletes it. The Anti-Sophia often disguises herself as liberation, while actually binding you more tightly. She says, be free, but means be consumable, be digestible to others. True Sophia, the true divine feminine, teaches you to ask, does this feed my soul or does this fragment me further? Start with your breath. The breath is the bridge between spirit and flesh, and the Anti-Sophia thrives when we live only in our heads. Breathe into your belly, your pelvis, your sex. Let your breath be a prayer that says, I am here. I am embodied. I am sacred. I am life. Because we are life itself, sisters. And that's the truth. Create rituals that honor your body, not as an object to be improved, but as a holy vessel. Anoint yourself with oils. Move in ways that feel good rather than ways that punish. Touch yourself with reverence, knowing that your skin is the external wall of the temple. That this skin that you're in is not separate from the divine. It is the divine experiencing itself through you. It's important for us to seek out spaces and people who reflect Sophia's wisdom back to us. Find the teachers, the lovers, the friends who see your sexuality and your life force as sacred rather than something to be managed or exploited. I can tell you, I have said goodbye to so many people who I thought were my family, brothers and sisters who I loved dearly. But if they cannot hold that frequency that I am here to embody, if I have a brother in my life who cannot see other women and all women as sacred beings and have full honor for my sisters, he can no longer be my brother. And if I see other sisters purely manipulating and dishonoring the vessel that they're in and the temple that they're in, they can no longer be my sisters. And so this is very, very important, at least for me. Make art that comes from your erotic knowing. This is a fun one. Write, dance, sing the truth of what it feels like to inhabit a body in this world, to be a woman, to be a womb keeper. And understand that this personal healing is also collective healing, because every time that you refuse to commodify your sacred sexuality, you weaken the anti-Sophia grip on the culture as well as on yourself. Every time that you choose presence over performance in your intimate life, you're casting a spell for a different world, a world where the feminine is revered and honored. And this is not about perfection, sister. Let me be clear. Because the Anti-Sophia loves perfectionism, and we all have to look at it in ourselves as well, including me. We all have these places in us that need, it has to be perfect. It's another way to keep you striving and never arriving, sort of thing. This is about practice. It's about a constant commitment to initiation, to walking a life of sacredness and magic. Not perfect. Absolutely not perfect. I'm so happy I'm not perfect, because life would be very boring. It's about choosing again and again, every single day, a million times a day, to come home to the wisdom that lives inside your flesh, mainly inside your womb. So I invite you, sister, or maybe brother, to place your hand on your womb and your heart and to feel that pulse, because all of humanity holds this false light energy. And it is up to us as conscious people, mature conscious people, to find that false light within ourselves and to choose consciously to alchemize it and to turn it into real divine light. And how are you going to do it in your way, in your life, through the experience you chose to come here as? We all have a different path, which will all lead back home. That pulse, that divine light pulse, that energy that you feel is inside of you, your body knows. Sophia has been speaking to you in that language for a very long time. The Divine Mother has been speaking to us forever, always, in every lifetime. When we were in our mother's womb, when we are here, she's always with us because she is us. And this Anti-Sophia wants you afraid of your power. But you were never meant to be small or safe or palatable. You were meant to be vast. You were meant to be dangerous to every system that profits from your disconnection. To be a walking, breathing reminder that the sacred and the sexual were never separated. That wisdom and wildness are lovers. That your pleasure is a revolutionary act in a world that wants you numb. Return to the temple of your body. Tend to the altar of your life force. We are life, sisters. And only when we remember who we are can men join us into a world where we are all actually free and living our full potential and power. And I am filming this now in a time where Iran is going through major revolution. What women have had to go through in that country is beyond evil for so long. And I see you, sisters. You are fighting this war for your own freedom, but you're also completely deconstructing dark systems and alchemizing pure evil to be light for entire humanity. Even if you don't know it, even if you, that's not even in your consciousness, you're doing it. I commend you, I honor you, and I hold you so much, because if you have eyes to see, you can see that this revolution is guided by women and girls, young girls, who are the embodiment of bravery against the most evil, disgusting shadow masculine forces. So I will pray for our awakening and our return home to the Divine Mother, so that we are all free and find each other within sacred union. I love you so much. Please subscribe, like, and share so I can continue making these videos and share the work of the temple. And may the goddess bless you all.